What's going on there, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the channel. I'm coming at you with film number 11 in my 13 flicks of Halloween. Getting down to the brass tacks here, boys and girls. We had to watch, it was just me. I had to watch another one of these movies that I'd never seen. Tonight, it was Prom Night. The original Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis. Never seen it. Obviously, they talk about it in Scream. I've known about the movie before. It's one of the few movies that made Jamie Lee Curtis, gave her the title of the Scream Queen. So I was watching this movie, and I gotta say, it's pretty dated. Like Halloween, the original Halloween, it will always be a timeless classic. It looks great. It feels still relevant when you watch the original, but this movie, holy shit, was it dated. I believe it came out in 1980. It's supposed to be 1980 or the year 1980 for maybe it was 79, but regardless, it's like 79, 80, where Halloween felt like it kind of stands apart time-wise. Obviously, it's old. People, you can tell from like the jeans and the outfits and shit. But like this one, with all the disco that's in this movie, it felt really old. And the hairstyles and oh my god, these people. This was a very, very strange movie. And Leslie Nielsen is in this movie, which I didn't know. Not funny at all in this movie. No, not one of his. Hardly any Frank Drebin in there. Just a lot of serious acting from Leslie Nielsen. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is the main character of this movie. But I really don't even know why, because she's really not in it that much. If I'm being honest, like the plot is around her family. The original setup of this movie is a bunch of kids when they were, I don't know, it must have been like, I guess they're supposed to be middle school kids, but they seemed really young, were playing in this abandoned building, which is never a good idea, but it was the 70s or whatever when they were doing that, so I guess that was cool. They were playing in an abandoned building, and then Jamie Lee Curtis's sister wants to go in and see what the kids are playing, and she gets roped into the game and then falls out a window and dies. And it's the fault of the kids, I guess, but whatever. The plot picks up years later. Now they're all seniors in high school or whatever, and they're getting ready for prom, and someone's calling all these kids that were involved in this murder and giving them death threats, basically, and saying that tonight, we're going to get you tonight. This is supposed to be this creepy voice. And not knowing this movie before I saw it, I picked out who the killer was almost immediately. They show you this shadow of him, like on the phone, which I think was a mistake, because right away you're like, well, it's a guy. You can tell by the voice and the shadow. You can see the perm, like the big flowy perm, and you're like, there's only two people in this movie that have that haircut, and I can't imagine it's one of them, because one of them was involved in the murder of this child, and the other one is her brother. So it was pretty obvious who the killer was right from the jump. So I was not surprised at all when it happened. Gruesome deaths in this movie, I don't think there's really many. The movie is really slow. I mean, none of the kills don't start until Prom Night, which picks up maybe 3/4 of the way through the movie, and yeah, there's a couple good ones, but there's just stupid things in this movie. Like the killer's killing people with glass, like picking up pieces of glass, and they give you all these red herring characters that you know are not the killer. And yeah, it was what it was. It was okay, not great. Like a lot of these movies I've done for these 13 flicks of Halloween, they haven't been the best. Jamie Lee Curtis gives an okay performance. She's much better in Halloween. Not a standout in her career, in my opinion. Leslie Nielsen's not funny, so if you're tuning in for, some shtick, you're not getting that from Leslie Nielsen in this movie. And then, the killer was obvious and kind of saw that coming a mile away, so I didn't care for this. I didn't care for this movie. This movie's, it's not good. It's better than some of the shitty ones I've watched on this 13 flicks of Halloween, but definitely not the best. Definitely not even close. It's bottom tier slasher flicks. That's for goddamn sure. But the question is for you guys out there. Have you seen Prom Night? What did you think of it? Did you see the killer coming a mile away like I did? I certainly hope you did, because it was pretty goddamn obvious. But anyways, whatever you thought about it, let me know in the comments. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll come at you with the last 2 films in my 13 flicks of Halloween sometime later this week. See you later.